Today, Togi is becoming one of the more charitable people on the internet.
I mean, yeah, here, it's 12,000 good. Yeah.
The only problem is that he is also a terrible influence.
Steroids are bad.
Yeah.
Stay natty, look good. But it's like, it's not gonna, kill you.
This is coming from the guy who almost died.
That is I'm practicing responsible gambling.
Oh my god, that's fucking it, people.
Togi being a bad influence isn't something new, but I don't think people realize just how bad it has gotten.
And so Togi now realizes even 5 and 6-year-olds are fans of him. He's influencing even the minors. They're trying to get photos with him. And so Togi says, they should be gambling. You should start gambling between the age of 5 and 15 so you can learn how to do it properly. To properly gamble, this is how you do it. You don't.
Togi has been on the internet for a while now. He has made a name for himself as some sort of fitness influencer. If you're into fitness, you've probably either heard of him, seen his videos, or seen him in one of Greg Doucette videos. Togi got famous doing what most people wouldn't dare to do: gamble like there are no consequences.
You wreck me like that?
Oh, that's huge! That's huge! 11x, baby!
Gambling is practically what got him to where he is today. From what I can get from the internet, he started with a deposit of $500 and somehow grew it to $300K, gambling nonstop. That made him think he's exceptionally lucky. The problem is that every day isn't green. At some point, he was down as much as $10 million. He began to chase those highs nonstop, and he began to gamble until it became an addiction. Add that to the fact that he abuses recreational drugs and steroids. His lifestyle is basically a formula for disaster. At some point, Togi's drugs and addiction nearly killed him.
Body was dying. It hurt 10 times more than the most painful thing I've ever experienced prior.
But after all this, things seem to be working out for Togi. He seems to always have money to fund his accounts. Today he is down $200K. Tomorrow he is going again with a newly funded account. He even did a series called Road to 10 Million, where he set out to accumulate $10 million.
So the goal is pretty self-explanatory. I'm trying to win $10 million gambling. The time frame doesn't matter. I'm gonna take my time on this journey and I'm not gonna give up. That's all that matters. Moving on to bigger and better, greater things. The businesses, I'm never gonna start a business scheme again because I would take away energy and thought from what really is important. Winning $10 million gambling. Boom!
As laughable as this may be, at some point on his mission, he apparently made the whole $10 million. That's insane, especially with the small time frame. Now, he has multiple cars, a house he also never goes to. He spends hundreds of thousands of dollars on dates, and he has a good physique. He's basically living every teenage male's dream life. And that's what makes him so parasitic. When his fans look at his lifestyle, they believe he has to be doing something right. How can you convince them gambling is stacked against you when the person telling them to gamble is leaving his best life? But when you understand what's really going on is when it begins to make sense.
Remember, Togi is paid to gamble and to lose. They lend him $1 million, of which he doesn't have to pay back, but he's supposed to lose it all while gambling. It's a win-win. Togi gets to have his fun playing Monopoly gambling, and y'all watch him crash out, and some of you want to gamble with him. I mean, after all, he did win that car, didn't he?
Togi is almost never losing money. Even though Togi has said he lost his personal money gambling, that's probably just because of how bad his addiction is. I can't say anything directly about Togi's contracts with this betting sites, but I can estimate with what's publicly available. This is another influencer called Togi talking about the offer he got from a betting site.
Gambling addicts have the highest rates of ending their own lives out of all addictions. I don't know the kind of deal that Jack is signing, but I've been offered some pretty big gambling deals before, which obviously I denied. But I can talk a little bit about how that was structured, as the deal seemed to be pretty industry standard, as it was simply emailed to me. I was offered a flat fee for promotions, plus a percentage of the money generated from my code or link, which directly means I was offered a percentage of what my audience loses. I don't know about you guys, but that straight up feels like blood money to me. Obviously, what I was offered probably looks a little bit different than when Jack signed, but if I were to guess, and this is pure speculation. I have no idea. Just some educated guessing here. He would probably be paid a monthly fee for a banner or logo on his streams, and then an hourly payment for when he streams himself gambling, most likely with house money. And then on top of that, he'll likely get a percentage for...
So not only are his accounts probably pre-funded to make it look like he is betting his money, he likely gets a good percentage of the money his fans loses, which is disgusting. You can tell how parasitic he is by what he did to Alex Eubanks.
You were officially able to get Alex to go not natty and start gambling and like get sponsored by a casino. Right?
Alex Eubanks officially gambles and takes steroids, which I think is awesome because it's
Alex is someone who had an insane natural physique, and obviously, he is an influencer, so he also makes good money. But Togi managed to influence even him to start taking steroids, gamble, and promote gambling websites.
We're in Cabo.
How about it? Eubanks first time gambling.
Bad influence. Bro got me on gear, now he's getting me on gear.
And this is something Alex very well came to regret.
One thing I want to mention is that I feel so bad about, and I'm no longer ever going to do again, is like I took a gambling deal. I regret doing that completely. It's not who I am. The other day, a few days ago, my manager got hit up by a different company for it was 50 grand guaranteed, and it was up to a 6-figure deal, and we said no to it. And I want you guys to know that, especially this new year, like I'm never going to post gambling shit. I'm not doing that ever again.
And Alex admits exactly what I've been saying.
In terms of like how gambling on social media works, when you see people promote it, or even like sports sponsors and stuff, like these people, first, you're not using your own money. I didn't gamble any of my own money. That money, whatever I used, was never mine to begin with. They usually pay you on top, and then money that you gamble with, whatever you make in a sense, you can keep. So whenever you see people, for example, promoting like parlays and sports pick, majority of the time they don't even know what the hell they're doing. They're getting the plays from the actual companies themselves, and then they're promoting it as if it's their own money when it's not at all. I don't know if I'm allowed to go into that or even say that, because it's like in a sense exposing like how all these gambling industries work. Whenever you see that, like these people aren't losing their own bread, dude. Like,
so when you watch Togi crash out on stream, it's just for show. He is an entertainer and knows how to go viral. Before I continue, if you've enjoyed the video so far and want more like this, please drop a like and subscribe. The average age of Togi's audience is probably around 20 to 25-year-olds. These are people who are probably pursuing self-improvement and trying to be productive. Many of these people have probably come to admire Togi and would not even realize when they pick up his mindset.
You're gonna make a couple $1,000s off of your $50,000 investment. Fuck that. In roulette, you could take $100, win 10 spins in a row, and be a millionaire.
The difference being when they lose money, they'll actually be losing money. But it isn't just their finance that's in danger. We all know how much Togi loves to promote steroids.
Steroids are bad.
Yeah.
Stay natty, look good. But it's like, it's not gonna, kill you.
This is something Togi and his fans have come to believe. But actually, it slowly will. And we can see what it is doing to Togi when we saw his blood work.
Understanding is protein is how well your liver is chugging. Is it churning or is it not? It is in range, so I think my liver is good.
Immediately no. He skips over the most important marker, Billy Rubin. And what does it say? It says it's high. How high? Higher than he was when he went to the hospital taking too much Addies and
My blood work, kidneys were by far the worst marker. Like,
Gotcha.
Everything is super clean, super in line.
That's about the worst one you can have that comes back poorly.
With the body image crisis on the rise, normalizing gear is one of the worst things I think an influencer can do. What's scary is that while Togi's audience should be mostly young adults, a very good percent will be teenagers and children as well. And this is something even Togi has come to realize, as 5- and 6-year-olds were requesting to take pictures with him.
6-year-olds asked for pictures today, which is cool. I love the fans, but I did not know we had 6-year-olds watching me just rip and gamble, and they're like...
But instead of saying, "Kids, what I do is wrong, listen to your parents," he doubles down.
5-year-olds wants to gamble? They should gamble. Gamble when you're like 5 to 15 years old. It's better, because then you learn how to gamble. You know what they're not teaching in school is how to gamble.
This is extremely destructive advice, but I'm not surprised it came from him as he has said something similar on roids.
Why do you promote steroids to teens so much? Because more teenagers need to take steroids.
When you watch his videos, Togi doesn't seem to be a bad guy. You watch him have stupid fun and give money to people. You might understand why people like him. But the fact is young people watch him, and he is one of the most terrible influence there is.